my name is Alison Carney. I'm from Washington, D.C. I am a recording artist and songwriter, and also a fashion designer. So that's how I spend my time. I mean, I feel like everything that I touch or anything that I experience influences me in music and in fashion. You know, music, like I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, I'm a huge Janis Joplin fan, I love Metallica, I love Prince, I love Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. So there are tons of different people that I love to listen to, you know, from back in the day. And then there's some more current people that I love listening to, like Jay Davy and Santa Gold and Little Dragon and even Portishead and just people that influence me in making the type of music I like to make. And then in terms of fashion, I like anyone that pushes the envelope. Music is my life at this point. I can pretty much say I don't go a single day without some form of music, whether it's just, you know, in my car, in my kitchen while I'm, you know, hanging out with friends, dancing for no reason, you know, standing with a brush in my hand. I still do that. I'm, you know, always involved in music, and it just, I don't know, it just, to me it makes the world better, so it's a part of everything I do. It's so influential with these moguls, hip-hop moguls, you know, do, from the Adidas tracksuits, you know, the Kangol hats, got one on right now, you know. I think that music really does dictate a lot of fashion in our society. I'm a huge, not to be cliche, but I'm a huge Method Man fan. I am, I don't know, I'm a really big, for me, hip-hop, it kind of grows on me in different ways. I mean, I'm a Jay Dilla fan, so from his lyrical content to his beats, I mean, he drives a lot of what I do. I love Tribe Called Quest. I actually was like lucky enough to get to do some stuff with them, both Q-Tip and with Fife. So you know, it's like, oh my god! You know, so I was just honored to do that. And you know, I think that, you know, back to like the Fab Five. You know, like just everything that I used to listen to up to now has influenced, you know, me in my musical journey as well. So. But I grew up loving Miles Davis, loving Ella Fitzgerald to death. I mean, I think that her music is just so beautiful, and Billie Holiday. And you know, my dad would have me listen to like Foreplay, you know, and really understand, you know, the movement in music. And then once I got a little bit older, I started listening to Bobby McFerrin a little bit more. In his jazz ways, you know, and then also Jaco Pastorius, a friend of mine, got me really involved listening to him and his bass playing, and how his, you know, I learned that instruments kind of speak in their own right without, you know, needing a whole bunch of other music behind them. Like each instrument has its own voice. So I think jazz is a true test of like how instruments speak in different ways. A lot of people don't understand jazz, like Bitches Brew. People don't understand it necessarily. It doesn't sound good. I put my air quotations in there. It doesn't sound good to the average ear, but it's amazing music. You know what I mean? And it touches you and speaks to you in a way that a lot of other music can't, other genres can't. And I think that jazz kind of commanded a certain respect in that particular era in terms of fashion. I think that people were more sophisticated, and if, you know, a woman was dancing to jazz, or, you know, and her skirt would come up a little bit, it might have been a little like, you know, it's a little risque. So, and I think that the fashion, as mysterious as jazz is, it doesn't appear so when you look at the fashion. So it's actually one of those genres that of fashion and music that are deceiving a little bit. So I think it's a huge umbrella. I think that African American culture is right here, and then as everything trickles down, like whether it be hip hop or jazz, as we bring them together, it basically has formed, you know, how we look at style, fashion, culture, you know, in America today. And I think that sometimes it's not looked that way, and people don't say that out loud, but I think it's important, you know, to let everybody know, like, you know, we birthed this culture, it's ours, and we're sharing it with you, and we're so happy to do so, but, you know, just remember where it came from. Well, I love it. Part of the reason is I want it. But I got Two-Tone actually let me do a remix for the remix project that's going to be coming out soon. So, but anyway, before all that, I definitely I think it's a very clever project. I think that it's awesome to bring jazz and hip hop together the way that he did, and the way that you all have in this particular circumstance. I think that if more people could hear a project like this, they'd have a lot more respect for hip-hop culture. Like, my dad doesn't have a huge respect for hip-hop culture because he doesn't really know very much about it, except baggy pants, pants below your butt, and kids acting wild. That's what he thinks about hip-hop culture. But listening to a project like SHAOLIN Jazz, he would never have listened to Wu-Tang when I was growing up, but he would listen to this project and really enjoy it. You can't help but enjoy it. It touches you, and even if you're not a hip-hop fan, it touches you. Even if you're not a jazz fan, it forces you to respect jazz a little bit more too. So it's an awesome, awesome project.
It's us, the cold crush, ice niggas plush, baby what? Peep the black dust, diamond in the rough, give a fuck. I'm like iodine, see me in the cut, playing shadow, riding on the track, side saddle. Long John Silver, the guard on your block like Godzilla. She gave away my pussy, I'm a killer.
Yo, spit for me, hear me? Cream team, wake these niggas up, they ain't hear me. Promoting all Larry, yo, come back, switch slang theory. American cream with no eye in the team, blazing beat. My shit raggedy, pants saggy.
I'd like to know, are you really ready for some super dynamite soul?